Hello, mic test 1 2. I hope everybody can hear this. Um, so today's live session will be about the beat journeys, as well as what we are and how we can run virtual tours. But currently, we'll put a hold on things for a bit, and we'll we'll wait for another 5 minutes or so before I proceed. So thank you very much for everybody's patience, and yeah, I'll see you again in 5 minutes. Hi, good evening, everybody. Sorry, good morning, everybody. So, welcome to my live stream where I'll be talking about the beat ecosystem and how we can use the beat ecosystem to conduct virtual tours as well as virtual workshops in relation to culture, to share the sharing of culture and locations around the world. Okay, so the thing that I'll be talking about today is something that we've actually been conducting throughout the COVID situation with a school in Malaysia. And we find that it's actually been pretty, I would say, it's been pretty well received by students from that school. The best thing being the tour guides were actually very professional and very good in their work. So a lot of props to them. But before that, let me start by explaining who we are, which is the BeED company. Okay, so BeED is a company from Malaysia, and we specialize in providing pedagogically focused uh, education solutions online to schools or even to singular teachers if they're interested in, you know, providing online learning to their students. So our main focus will be the BeED ecosystem, comprising of two modules, one being the LMS, the BeED Learning Management System, as well as BeED Journeys. So for today, due to our topic being the sharing of culture and locations throughout the world through virtual tours, we will be focusing more on BeED Journeys and especially on the BeED app. Okay, so um, yeah, so BeED being a company from Malaysia, we are actually a company that focuses on IB related solutions. And through the BeED LMS, we provide curriculum directors with avenues on integrating IB curriculum based learning, online learning to students. So, thank you for coming and viewing our little demo here. And today, let's talk about virtual tours. First of all, what is a virtual tour? So, a virtual tour is where tour guides from around the world offer their services, and it allows you to explore different locations, such as Bali or even locations in China, very beautiful locations as well. And they will actually conduct live tours throughout these beautiful locations in relation with learning. And all of that is actually done through the BeED ecosystem, through our integrated Zoom capabilities, as well as through BeED app and BeED website. Okay, so let's begin. What is the BeED app? So the BeED app is a free to download app available on Google Play Store as well as the App Store on for iPhones. Okay, so it is a free app, and students once they've downloaded, it is the BeED app delivers lesson content for students to use and for students to follow throughout their virtual tour. So let me share a bit of how the BeED app looks like. As you can see on my screen through my slide, the BeED app is a child-friendly solution for students to learn, students of all ages. And okay, hold on, yeah. Okay, and yeah, it also provides multimedia capabilities for students to follow. For example, if you want to include videos, images, or even audio files for your students, you can. You can also create specific questions using multimedia, such as, for example, if you want to test if a student's pronunciation is correct, then you can actually use the BeED app's question asking capability, for the lack of better word, to provide a more interactive medium for students to learn through, especially when following virtual tours. Okay, so I hope my stream settings is correct and you should not be able to hear Skype running on the background. So yeah, let me introduce myself. My name is Adam, and I am part of the BeED academic team. Uh, I'm partially responsible for training new clients as well as to provide written contents, specific written contents for schools or for certain projects. Okay, so let me share my phone screen for a moment. Please do bear with me. Okay, so hopefully you'll be able to see my full screen now. And again, if you have any questions, please do post in the chat, and my colleagues and I will address your questions separately. Okay, so first of all, let's have a look at the homepage of the BeED app, which is for a learner, the schedule. So the schedule allows you to organize. Oops, sorry, my phone's a little bad. So the schedule allows you to organize multiple different itineraries, especially in relation to virtual tours, where you can include what is happening at what time directly into the app, and the students can actually have a look at what is happening, where it's happening, as well as who is conducting the session, and they can directly access their lessons. You can actually link specific lessons directly into the activities that you have. Or the general use of the schedule is to provide a classroom schedule for learners in a normal online learning setting. Okay. So the other thing that we have here is, of course, the library. So the library contains all the lessons that you provide to your students, and as you can see here, we currently have two lessons available to view. So if you can see at the bottom right of the screen, of the icons, you can see a tag called BeED Workshop. So our virtual tours are conducted through BeED journeys using a system called hubs. So through hubs, you can organize multiple different students and multiple different teachers, as well as provide a class conductor of sorts for the students. And through hubs, you can also supply the itinerary, as well as provide students with their lessons, as you can see through these two lessons on screen. And furthermore, on the top left of the icons, I hope you can see my mouse, my mouse cursor here. So through the top left of each icons, you'll notice that some of them would have this green cloud icon. So this indicates that the lesson has been downloaded for use. So what happens is the BeED app has a capability of offline learning, where once lessons are downloaded, students can seamlessly use lessons offline, and they can also answer your questions or quizzes related to the virtual tour offline. And everything, once they've gone online, their answers and any responses provided will then be seamlessly synced back to the server. Okay, so we recognize that a lot of places in the world does not have great internet connectivity. And one way we go around this is by providing students an offline mode for them to answer questions, and for them to locally save questions and sync them up once they get connectivity. Okay, so what uh, what does a lesson look like in the BeED app? So let me go ahead and click on adaptation in respiratory system, flip using the flip classroom pedagogy. So throughout COVID, we've all been through this where students are not able to go to their classrooms online. Classrooms offline, and a lot of teachers actually had to adapt their classroom through an online setting. And one of the pedagogical method that is capable of doing online classes is through blended learning, or in this case, using the flipped classroom pedagogy. Okay, so the what you're seeing on screen currently is the interactive mapping feature. The interactive mapping feature opens up multiple avenues for educators to use their different pedagogies for the classroom. So in this case, we have the flipped classroom, and this is a specific map used for this specific pedagogy. Okay, so this is what we call a map image, and it is an interactive mapping feature that allows teachers to create and organize lessons based on whatever pedagogy that they choose. Okay, so you can see here that the lesson is organized into a before section, a during section, as well as an after section. So, using the flipped classroom method, you can provide learners with material to do before classrooms, as you can see. Oh, sorry. And and then once they've come into the physical or the online lecture, they can actually do content in the during part, and afterwards, after classroom, they can do the content in the after section. So the icons that you see on screen is called points, and we organize lessons into points this way. So students are more directly guided in what they should do before, during, and after through a visual interface. So let me go ahead and click on point A. So through the app, you can see that the lessons are actually organized into multiple stages, as you can see on the top right of the screen. So you have the knowledge stage, the action stage, and of course the reflection stage. So the BeED app organizes lesson content into multiple stages as a way to provide scaffolded learning for learners. So you can organize your content into an easy, medium to hard section for your learners to digest. And this helps learners to learn in a more simplified fashion, if you would say. And of course, within each stage, as you can see on the screen, you also have blocks. So through BeED journeys or the BeED ecosystem, we encourage teachers to organize their lessons into specific blocks so that the lesson content are provided in bite-sized, easily digestible chunks. So let me go ahead and go into stage 2, which is action. And this is where you can provide quizzes or activities for your learners to do throughout their sorry throughout their uh, throughout their lesson. Okay, so as you can see, it is actually quite easy to understand that on stage 2, I would need to answer the quizzes or to provide responses for the questions here. So the blocks, of course, accept different multimedia formats such as videos, audios, as well as images. And we understand that learners actually learn through multiple different ways. Some learners they learn better with videos, and some they learn better with audios and videos. And images. So through the BeED ecosystem, you can fit in different videos, audios, as well as images for your learners to learn. And of course, you can also add in different documents, if you will. And yeah, your learners can also provide the same responses back to you in the form of text, videos, audios, as well as images and documents as well. So if we have a look at one of these section here, I can respond to the question in text, for example, and I can as well attach videos, as you can see, photos, audios, videos, and documents. So let me go ahead and demonstrate to you one of the multiple capabilities of the BeED app. So let me just go ahead and click on photo. I'll take a photo of myself. Oh, okay. Okay, and one of the things that we can do is we can also provide, we can also use the photo editor to label our image. So for example, I'll put in my name here, and yeah. So as you can see, I can add in stickers. I can even draw on my image. For example, if I want more facial hair, then I can actually add in here. And of course, I can add in stickers as well. So this provides with, I would say, more ways for students to respond to you. So it doesn't just have to be text responses. You can also make it more fun by making students label or draw on their images or on their answers. And yes, so you can then, the learner can then respond this way. Or they can even record videos and audios of themselves speaking. So as you can see in the second question block, we actually have a labeling activity for the learner. So the learner can actually take a screenshot of this image and label it accordingly using the BeED photo editor. And lastly, we have the multiple choice question. So the multiple choice question also accepts answer choices in the form of videos, audios, as well as images. So one useful way you can use this, one useful ways that we find educators using this feature is by using this to test learners on the way that they pronounce certain words in English, for example, or in the way that they recognize certain tones in music for music classes. Okay, so that's one of the multiple ways that students can actually interact with you. And student answers are given in a form of back and forth, where when the educator provides response, for example, if they respond to this photo and the educator says that it's wrong, then the learner will be able to re-answer their question here. This provides a back and forth between the educator and learner in a more organized fashion, so to speak. And lastly, you can also add in reflection questions for students to add in different thoughts or any aha moments in learning. So you can actually use the reflection feature and as well as the back and forth between educator and learner to ask more shy learners if they have any thoughts that they would like to share with you, or if they have any questions that they would like to share with you. So in certain cases in classrooms or even in virtual classrooms, we know that there will be learners who are too shy to ask questions and they might fall behind in their learning. So through this back and forth between learner and educator, you can actually provide attention to each of your learners individually and of course privately, as the back and forth is between you and your students. Okay, and furthermore, you can also divide your lessons into specific different maps. For example, in this case, we actually divide our students into three groups. Groups B, C, and D. Well, actually, the insects group, the amphibians group, and the fish group. So students, different sets or different groups of students can then answer different questions according to how you would like to uh, categorize them. And this is one way you can actually organize your students and manage your students in an online classroom setting. Okay, so this actually lets you provide more individualized response to your students, as well as it allows you to manage the students when it comes to, for example, if there's a group of students that are more active and if there's a group of students that are more shy, you can then manage these students separately and individually through the interactive mapping feature, as seen here. You can even add in a point for classroom Q&A, again, for those shy students that are too shy to ask questions, such as myself during school. And yeah, so you can add all those activity points in the during stage in a flipped classroom pedagogy. And of course, you can also provide them with further reading and further knowledge in the after classroom section. As you can see here, you can also provide them with extra activities as well as extra learning. And students, due to how simple everything is organized in the BeED app, students can then go through a self-guided learning of sorts. And you can provide your responses individually to each student. So apart from the flipped classroom pedagogy, you can of course add in a differentiated method of pedagogy where you classify your lessons into easy, medium, and hard. So we all know that there are students in classrooms where they will complete certain sections faster than the rest of the class. So through the differentiated learning pedagogy method, sorry, you can then actually add in okay, so you can add in different activities depending on their level of understanding. So for students who have completed the easy point A, they can then move on straight to point B as well as point C, while you as a teacher provide attention to students who are stuck in point A. So this is another way you can actually manage students within your virtual tours or within your virtual classrooms. Okay, so apart from that, through the BeED journeys, you can also add in itineraries, as mentioned before, through schedules. And the other way for you to have a look at this is through the module called Planner. So for virtual workshops or virtual tours, you can add in plans of what will happen in specific days. So as you can see here, my plan has been divided into day 1, day 2, and day 3. And I can add in any activities or any lessons that's happening within the specific days. So we'll come back to this later. And that is one of the ways you can manage a virtual tour within the BeED ecosystem. All of this is again managed through hubs. Furthermore, you can also make students save their answer responses into journal. Okay, where the students can save any aha moments or any key learning points directly into a section, into a module for them to easily have a look at any moments that they would like to remember. For example, here. So you can add in photos, audios, videos, or even documents directly into the journal. Okay, and lastly, we have BeED Connect. So BeED Connect is a forum. Okay, as you can see, it's a communication channel for you to conduct private discussions or public discussions directly within the BeED ecosystem. As you can see here, we have BeED Workshop, April 2021. So you can actually discuss encourage discussion between learners as well as discuss with your learners on what will happen or what has already happened during the workshop. And you can make a fun Q&A session for your students directly in the app. Furthermore, students can also, sorry, students can also directly message their teachers for any questions, or they can even create group discussions with their peers and with teachers as well. Okay, so how does this relate? How does all of BeED's functionality relate back to a virtual tour or a virtual workshop setting? You might ask. So let me just quickly go back to the planner, okay, and have a look at the planner that we've prepared for this demo. So first of all, you can create different specific introductions to what you'll be doing within the workshop or within the tours. You can directly add links into your plans, for example here. So if I go ahead and tap on this blue link, I can join a Zoom meeting with my teacher, right? And furthermore, you can organize different activities within each day. And in this case, we have also integrated the specific lesson that students will need to do during this virtual tour. In this case, we'll actually be exploring a place in Singapore called Katong. So Katong is actually a Peranakan village, if you will, or street. And as you can see here, and yeah, it's actually a very beautiful place to visit. And this is one of the lessons that we've used with one of our clients in a real life classroom setting. So through the interactive mapping feature, you can have your points integrated within a map. For example, in this case, where there is a clear indication of which point the learner should start during the virtual tour. Okay, and you can even include a feedback session at the bottom left of my screen. So apart from using the BeED app to actually conduct the whole tour, you can use the BeED app to gather feedback from your students to maybe further improve in the future. So let me go ahead and click on point A. Oops. Okay. So using the learning experiences or using the lessons, you can include directly integrate any IB concepts that you feel is important for the learners to know during the virtual tour. For example, in this case, we have all the MYP concepts as well as the approaches to learning integrated within the lesson. Furthermore, using the integration of Zoom blocks or conference blocks, you can actually include uh, links of your virtual tour directly into the lesson. As you can see in block 5, there's a pre-trip Zoom discussion. So by tapping on the Zoom discussion link here, which is the dark blue button, I can actually participate into the Zoom call where the virtual tour will happen. Furthermore, you can also include any introductory points for your learners, as you can see. And you can also include any safety precautions that you would like your learners to know, especially in the COVID-19 situation, where you can include different ways of safeguarding yourself against the spread of COVID. Okay, so through the BeED app, you can conduct the whole of your virtual tour directly within the app, and everything is integrated in one place. So your learners do not need to open, for example, a separate Google Drive or different multiple different systems, and everything can be done within one place. So this is actually useful to avoid more confusion with your learners. Okay, so by the way, what you're seeing here, you can actually view it in your own phones. All you need to do is you just need to download the BeED app, and we've provided a demo learner account for you to log in and visit. Oops. Okay, it seems that my phone is stuck. Hold on. Okay, so yeah, so that's one way you can include. You can conduct your virtual tours. You can also have activities. In this case, we've actually asked the learner to access this link to go into Google Street View so that they can take a picture of what house is the most unique in the street, right? And they can then attach their answers directly within the app for you to view later on. So apart from, say, a virtual tour situation, you can also conduct workshops within the BeED ecosystem. So to conduct a virtual workshop, again, all you have to do is through the interactive mapping feature, you can organize your content into curated forms of what you would like your learners to see. You can also fit in a schedule of the day and what's happening during the specific days of your virtual workshop. Okay. Apologies for the app being stuck. So as you can imagine, I'm running YouTube as well as some of my softwares. So it's taking up quite a lot of bandwidth on my end. So again, I apologize for all this. But yeah, so let's continue with the last portion of this demo, which is the virtual workshop. So this was one lesson that my team and I have created for one of our clients, and they are a client located within the city of Kuala Lumpur. What they do is they actually conduct real life workshops for their learners, sorry, for their participants, where you can learn specific life skills from them. For example, woodworking, or in this case, textile and fashion design. So this specific lesson was actually about the sustainability in fashion and how to avoid the shortcomings of fast fashion, which is the mass production of fashion goods. So what we've done is we've actually fit in multiple different learning content for the students to follow through. There are videos, there are specific audios, as well as different poster sets of learning material for their students. Okay. Um, Sorry, my screen is stuck again. Hold on, yeah. Okay, just bear with me for a moment. Let me get connectivity back to my phone. Okay, so let me just reconnect my phone to my computer, and we'll then continue with the last portion of our demo. Wow, so Michael Chan is in the live stream. Uh, and hello, Michael. So Michael is actually my boss, and it's great to see Michael within the stream. Hold on, yeah. Okay, it seems that I need to restart the whole software itself. Let me just do that real quick. Oh, my desktop is such a mess as well. Apologies for that. Okay, let's see if this works now. All right, it works. Awesome. Okay, so again, as I was saying, um, the BeED app also allows you to add in learning content directly for your workshop. In this case, it's about fast fashion and why fast fashion is actually a very polluting industry. For example, in this case, we have the case study of the Aral Sea destruction. So, if you're unaware of this, what what's happened is during the 1960s, the Soviet government decided to diverge water from a main river into their cotton fields. And they've actually tried to brute force their solution by building dams. And what's happened is up to today, so this happened in the 1960s. For the past 60 years, what's happened is there has been a massive problem of soil degradation, creating a giant arid desert where an entire ocean used to be. So this is called the Aral Sea, and it is currently a desert wasteland of unusable soil due to their salt content and the fact that you can't grow anything on salty soil. So yeah, you can also use the BeED photo editor to directly add in activities. Sorry, to directly respond to activities within your lesson. And of course, you can also create specific different activities for your learners to follow through the BeED app, as you can see. Okay, so the last thing that we have included is the pre-program survey as well as a post-program survey to measure the effectiveness of the workshop from directly from our participants, as you can see here. Okay, so through the BeED app, you can include, for example, how did you think this workshop went, and what do you think of the content in the workshop? So learners can actually rate, sorry, learners can actually rate their content, as well as provide you with feedback on what you can improve for your future virtual workshop. Okay, so this concludes the demo of our BeED app, and this actually concludes the demo for day one. Of course, I'll be continuing this for day two on the BeED learning management system and how you can use the BeED LMS to specify curriculum content and lesson content, as well as manage your school's entire curriculum and learning within one system. So again, if you have any questions regarding the BeED app, or if you would like me to show you furthermore of what we are capable of in within specific aspects, you can feel free to message us in the live chat, or you can also message us directly within the IB conference. Okay, and my colleagues and I will be more than happy to show you around our system. Okay, so thank you very much for viewing the demo. And I hope that if you have any questions, do reach out to us, and we're more than happy to. We'll be more than happy to actually assist you and let you have a look around our system. So again, we've actually prepared demo accounts for our participants, and you can obtain the demo account by messaging one of our colleagues through the BeED conference, or you can even message us directly within the live chat, and my colleagues and I will address your concerns directly through YouTube. Okay, so this concludes the demo portion. And okay, so now that the app demo is complete, I will actually let you have a look around what is happening in the backend as an educator for just a little while until we end the stream. Okay, so as I mentioned during the app demo, you can manage your virtual workshops or virtual tours within the BeED ecosystem through the use of hubs. So as you can see here, we are actually in the hub view of one of our demos. Okay, and this particular hub was actually used to demo our functions to one of our clients. And through the hub as well as through the Zoom integration, we've actually managed to take students to a place called Bhaktapur Durbar, which is located in Nepal. Yes. So the Nepal tour guide was actually one of the more interactive people that I've met, especially for especially for especially for a first time virtual tour. And they were very capable of being interactive with their students. And of course, the students managed to answer some questions through the BeED app as well as through their lessons. Okay, so uh, this is another hub that we're seeing, and this is the BeED workshop hub. This was something that we prepared for our demo. And if you recall from my earlier app demo, you would have seen the BeED workshop tag. This is the source of the tag. So you can see our lessons to the left hand side, 4 lessons in total. I can also add in different assessments for my students to view and to respond to, as well as I can include uh, plans through, I can attach plans directly within my hub. So this is to allow students to view what's happening during specific days, as well as to get their lessons. Okay, so far, do you have any questions you would like me to address before I end the stream? If you have any questions, feel free to ask in the stream chat. Or if you would like me to show you specific things within the Beat ecosystem, feel free to ask in the chat, and I would happily take you through our system. Okay, and I know there are some viewers who came from the IB conference. So if you would like access to the accounts that we've used in the demo, you can directly ask my colleagues from the IB conference, and they will provide you with the email login as well as password for you to log in and have a look around our system. Okay, so it seems that there are no questions. There are no questions for me to address. No problem. In that case, this stream will actually be available for back viewing. You can view it later on at your own leisure. And of course, you can also message us during the IB conference for us to address any concerns that you have. So, thank you very much for viewing, and I hope you have a great day. And for all Muslims, happy fasting, happy Ramadan, everybody. Goodbye.